bring over a couple of random picks, and Bazooka Puppiez are going to be doing the same. But let's talk about what we usually see on Control Center, Jaws. Very often, we see one of two things here. We see either 3-3 with 3 tanks and 3 supports, or we see a more DPS-centric approach of like 3 DPS, like August and Hungry usually do.
Well, Young and Beautiful, obviously with the addition of KSP, coupled with Track, is a pretty scary duo. Let's not lie to ourselves. And they're not running some sort of 3-3 here like we've seen most teams. They're not running a quad tank. Oh, no, 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 no. KSP is going to jump onto the McCree and Track on that Hanzo. That's a terrifying duo to mix with, especially when you're sat behind Ben Bess's shield and Danny to back him up on the Zaya. However, look at Bazooka Puppiez already charging forward. They are going for that 3-3 comp with that Brigitte, being extremely aggressive. Ben Bess going extremely low, but Mouse is going to get punished there. A headshot from KSP will net him a kill. However, another one will go over towards Obling as he does rearrange his body parts all over the floor. Gustav does get the res, manages to stitch them all back together, but Track opening it up with another kill onto Tri-Spit.
Ben Bess getting a little bit of shield charge there for Danny, and Danny's going to have a huge amount of charge to move forward now.
Well, with Track for unleashing those Storm Arrows, they are going to be able to recap the point here. Very quick and easy team fight for them. They've already got Dragons available.
Yeah, Young and Beautiful there having a little bit of a bend, but don't break, making sure they will back on a point before Bazooka Puppiez could finish out that cap. And now Bazooka Puppiez, they're actually swapping it up here. Usually we see this opposite sort of continuum. Tri-Spear was on that Zenyatta, but this time moving over to Moira, wants to keep his tanks up for a little bit longer with that Biotic Grass peeling, which is a lot more raw output than you would get from a Zenyatta.
Yeah, you don't need to put those Discord orbs on the tanks because there aren't many of them on Young and Beautiful. There are the Dragons first unleashed, and KSP take cares of Colsty, but look at Danny now. Already got that Graviton Surge, 10% away from it. Insomniac trying to deal with Track, but Track is being, well, he's sticking up there like glue. Tri-Spear going extremely low as well, and you can see the rest of the members of Bazooka Puppiez going down. Graviton Surge thrown out, it's going to be faded away, and Colsty does make his way back towards the fight, and with Exoroth going down and that Coalescence coming out, mixed with that Graviton Surge, that's going to be a very quick turnaround from Bazooka Puppiez. You thought they lost the fight? Oh no. Tri-Spear, like you said, Coalescence is going to be up very quickly.
That seemed like a very frivolous use of a Graviton Surge there from Danny. Despite being on fire, he only really got Tri-Spear, and they was joined by the demeched Hawk, although the main target, Tri-Spear, just had to fade out, and then there wasn't really much efficacy in the ultimate at all. Young and Beautiful wishing that they could have that back, combine it with either a Dragon Strike or this Deadeye that KSP is currently packing. We're going to see if he's going to go off in maybe another way.
Nice roll away from that Shatter. That flashbang straight into the shields. Didn't do much of anything. There is the Deadeye trying to chase everybody off, and look at that sound barrier as well. He was hiding behind the small shuttle there. He's going to be able to escape alive, only just, however. McCree doing a lot of work on the sideline, but KSP is going to have to back off now. All this stacking armor is going to be a nightmare for Young and Beautiful to deal with now.
Obling full of energy and full of ultimate charge as well, slowly building up towards that Graviton Surge, and he's almost there already, but Danny's going to be joining him. Graviton Surge is ready again. It can be combined with a Dragon Strike and the damage boost. There's nothing that Bazooka Puppiez can really do except maybe eat both of those ultimates from Hawk.
That's what they're hoping for. They don't quite get it. There's the damage boost on the Dragons. It is going to ripple through them all. Colsty's going to go down. No amount of armor is going to save you now as Holt does go down as well. Quick rearrange. Young and Beautiful now on the point. They are going to capture it. 61% cured by Puppies.
Back and forth, Jaws, and we would have thought potentially Young and Beautiful may have had a more commanding sort of flow of the game here, but Bazooka Puppiez are making them work for it, and now we're going to make them work for it even harder because Obling is ready to lay down that Graviton Surge for everyone with group hug treatment. The question is, what are they going to combine it with? Maybe Colsty swinging in.
Well, they might just want to couple it with a Coalescence. There's the Shatter. It's actually going to send him to the floor, ending that ult extremely early, and Mouse is going to get charged and pinned. Now will be a kill for them, but look at where Ben Bess is now. Maybe a little out of position. Colsty even maybe a little bit out of position, but KSP making sure he pumps the damage in, and Gustav, with that Battle Mercy skill, is going to fly in and secure the kill on him with the help of the Zen. However, KSP still with another Deadeye. He's going to be very hard to get off like we saw before, but more of a zoning tool is going to be perfect for them as we do reach 90%.
Sometimes you just got to show Reinhardt who is boss. And Exoroth has now built himself up to yet another Transcendence. That'll be great for keeping them protected while they are in the Graviton Surge of Obling. There's not really enough burst damage on Bazooka Puppiez to really make this work.
Graviton Surge, high noon from the top, doesn't quite find anything. Everything is blocked, in fact, by the Diva. There's a flashbang on the floor. Nice fan the hammer, but doesn't quite find the kill yet on to the Moira. Insomniac takes him down, as that will be another beat opening up for Insomniac. He's managed to catch most of the members this time as well. That'll be Ben Bess, last of all, going down. They're going to be able to flip the point, and only one ultimate consumed, no, sorry, 2 ultimates consumed in that fight.
a couple there. Mouse is going to be trying to move over onto Brigitte, give everyone a little bit of extra armor. Tri-Spear still has some left over from the last rally, but Mouse is going to have to build up to another one if he wants Obling to be hardy in the face of danger is presented by Young and Beautiful. Meanwhile, Young and Beautiful, hopefully they'll be keeping a hold of a Dragon Strike to combine with Danny's Graviton Surge in but a few seconds.
His coalescences are starting to be a thorn in the side of Young and Beautiful. Storm Arrows from Track. He is going to have to bounce back, however. Ben Best not being treated very nicely by Bazooka Puppiez. More bullying him right now, especially as Obling moves forward. You can see that shield just disintegrating. Speaking of disintegration, that point time is going down very fast as well. KSP's trying to touch it, but not quite enough time to actually get there. Gustav is going to find the resurrection on Danny. They are going to be able to force this one out. However, Bazooka Puppiez still have a commanding position and a commanding amount of members on the point. Gustav's Guardian Angel is going to run out very soon, and the Graviton Surge landing on the sides. Is it going to find Track, though? He is going to be able to dance around the point and staying alive somehow, but another Graviton Surge is going to get laid out. This time it's only going to find one, but it might just be enough. X-Wrath is going to fall, and Chaos P jumps over to Emergency Tracer, but he is just buying for time as Danny is just trying so desperately to stay alive. Gustav ends up falling as well. The Coalescence third and foremost now. Legday, that's the 4th, 5th, 6th. I don't know how many there have been, but they do end up securing Control Center. One up in this series so far on the control.
Some great target priority there from the side of Bazooka Puppiez. They turned Ben Best more into Ben Bullied, as you pointed out yourself, and it seems like Obling, he wasn't that successful in Season 1, but Season 2, it's a new meta Jaws, it's a new time. Seems like it's a new Obling as well. The boy's coming out on the Zarya. We didn't see much of this from him before, but does seem to be working out. Himself and Colsty synergizing well. Maybe Colsty's calling out for bubbles here, or it could be Obling's own decision-making that's making those so effective. But it seems like Colsty, even when he does get a little bit far in and out of position to the point where Gustav can try and pistol him down, is getting some adequate protection.
Like I said, Obling's been grinding, man. I've bumped into a couple of times in Soloky. More often than not, he does end up destroying me.
You've been bumping, he's been grinding.
He's, well, not quite that bad. Obling has been destroying me every time I meet up against him, though. And he's been grinding his Zarya as well. In fact, he was playing a little bit of it yesterday, and you can see why. He is going to be able to march forward with the rest of Bazooka Puppiez. However, with Tri-Spear, once again, going that AoE healing is going to keep everybody alive. Track deciding he's going to forego the Hanzo and jump onto the Fire this time instead.
Mouse is also going to be making a swap over here. He wants to move on to the Widow. The question is, has Track noticed this yet? He is going to move behind the tall tower to give himself a little bit more cover.
Yeah, Track doing a good job at just surrounding and pincering Bazooka Puppiez. Is going to cause a demech onto Hawk, one of their American brethren, and the first coalescence will come out. Mouse with the double headshot, though, is going to quickly end that push from Young and Beautiful, and a fairly quick cap as well from Bazooka Puppiez.
Well, you've got to feel pretty good about that if you're Mouse going up against your ex-teammate Track, who used to always be the one to play the Widowmaker on that to disband when they were teammates, and now Track is going to have to weigh up his options. Does he want to stick on the Farah here and grind his way through to a barrage, but it's incredibly dangerous going up against Mouse.
Yeah, Danny's going to have a bit of a problem here as well. He's trying to move forward, but he's only got 40% on his ult charge. Look at Obling. He's already at 95, just building himself up to 1 as well, and Mouse in a very, very dominating position. Rather aggressive, but he can be at this point. They know the amount of pressure that's putting from his tanks. He can just do that. Ooh. Transcendence to save Danny. However, KSP and Track aren't so lucky. Neither is Ben Best, so Transcendence not really doing its job in this fight. They're going to go for a quick reset. Bazooka Puppiez still control. Team kill for them and 40% in building.
And I'm surprised we aren't seeing Track swap here. He did use that. There it is. He is moving over to the Tracer. Used that barrage and had a little conference with his team. What are we going to do, team? We're going to move over to the Tracer, try and be a thorn in the side of Mouse, where KSP is going to be demanding retention from long range. But so those Plasma Mortars. A lot of charge on Obling right now. He's on fire as well. Bazooka Puppiez is building up a healthy supply of ultimates. 2 support ultimates, the Infrasight, and of course, the trusty old Earth Shadow.
Well, there's the Infrasight as soon as Track was behind enemy lines. KSP is going to have to dash back as that Coalescence once again is going to come through. However, this time around, they're going to couple with that Shatter. In fact, Colsty did use his, but ends up getting taken out before he even hit the hammer on the floor. KSP securing the kill into Colsty and Hawk's mech as well. You can see all the assists coming through as that Dragon Strike was well earned. KSP finding yet another kill. They're going to push themselves onto the point. Tri-Spear is going to be able to buy a lot of time here. He does have a lot of AoE healing with Insomniac by his side. 85%. Young and Beautiful have to do something now, but problem is they're all trapped in a grab, and that's exactly where Obling wants you to be. 1, 2, 3 kills now for Bazooka Puppiez. Track still annoying the back line, however, can't quite find the kill on Sokolsky. He's just dodging, ducking, and weaving. I'm not entirely sure where he's even gone. Track's just trying to find the kill. They can't quite lay him down. Finally, Mouse, who comes back on a Tracer of his own, is able to kill him off. 99% to 0. Bazooka Puppiez take 2-0 on Li Jiangtao and net themselves the first map win.
Reinhardt Wilhelm is a nimble old geezer Jaws, and he was able to waylay Track for quite a while there, making sure those pulse pistols weren't getting anything but a little bit of shield damage. And Bazooka Puppiez, contrary to our expectations, come out with this new roster, fresh synergy. It's come out of the oven looking pretty well baked.
Maybe that's what they needed, these fresh, brand new players, to give a new look onto the game and a new look and feel to the compositions they're running. Their 3-3 right now is looking pretty good. In fact, their 3-2-1 with Mouse on that Widowmaker is looking even better.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect Mouse to really be a huge Widowmaker player. Usually we saw him play more of a Tracer in the previous season, was also their flex onto Xayah instead of where we now see Obling. And I'm really impressed with Widowmaker. We can tell that both him and Obling have been grinding. They did miss out on this season of Contenders at the inaugural sort of like roster draws. But now they're back and they have something to say. We can be on Bazooka Puppiez, we can be on a 0-3 team, and we're still going to win out against Young Beautiful on our first map.
Well, it's got to feel good as well. You're up against your old teammate Track and you just took the first map. We're going to jump straight to a break though, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with map number 2 very soon. Young and Beautiful now down a game. Bazooka Puppiez have found the 2-0 on Lijiang Tao. We're going to go over to Hybrid being our next game type. Eichenwald or King's Row. Obviously, it will be Young and Beautiful's choice. We'll have to wait and see what it is.
Bazooka Puppiez nipping at their heels, and for now, Young and Beautiful can't really deal with it. We'll have to see if they can try and change up their strategy here, try and maybe go to Eichenwald. Oh no, King's Row. I'm surprised at this, given the effectiveness of a 3-3 we saw coming out of Bazooka Puppiez, but maybe they think that a double sniper composition here from Young and Beautiful may well have a significant advantage.
Well, we know Track is specifically very good on the hands, though, so it wouldn't be too much of a surprise to see him on that. However, on the defense first, we are seeing Bazooka Puppiez, and they brought in one of their new players they picked up recently. That's Tech36.
Hawk is out, Tech is in, and he's going to be playing the Diva here, it would appear. And Tech is pretty well known for his Diva. As far as this player in European Overwatch goes, it's been the mainstay of his talents. Been on the Diva, a little bit of Xayah, a little bit of off-tanking here and there. And that's really where he's going to try and excel. And he's going to be paired up with Colsty on the Orisa, so they're going to be doing a lot of... They're going to be focusing a lot of their efforts on defending these DPS rather than going out and diving on their own.
It's quite interesting because Bazooka Puppiez right now are going to run that Orisa, so you can imagine they're going to be sitting up on that high ground with a Junkrat to protect them, and then Mouse is going to sit to the sidelines on the Widowmaker. Normally what we see on attacking sides is more of a heavy tank composition, using that flanking mobility of the Lucio in order to get up and around and suppress the people and just push them off this ledge onto the point where they can just fight them mano a mano. But we've already just seen Young and Beautiful not quite so happy to pull out all of the tanks, so we'll have to wait and see what they do want to do.
So usually against these Orisa-based defenses, we do see teams like Giganti go for a long way round to move up into the high ground through the second point of the map and force people off of the high ground where Orisa's staying by trying to overrun her. I wonder if we will see a similar sort of tactic from Young and Beautiful once they realize what they're up against, or if they're going to try and maybe just brute force this one onto the point. They do have a lot of tank power here.
Track is going to shoot that Sonic arrow out. is going to be able to see everybody on that ledge, and he's not going to choose to swap here. KSP, Exarath and Gustav jumping over to the supports. KSP obviously on the Brigitte, and Mouse is going to have a fairly easy time. Only person he actually has to watch out for right now is going to be Track.
Yeah, Track can lay down that long-range damage, which is a huge danger to him. He does have a pocketing of a Brigitte shield, but now everyone else is on the point. Bazooka Puppiez need to weigh up an engagement.
Well, there's the thing he has to actually watch out for, is that headshot coming through from Track. No resurrection as he's a little bit too far away, and you can see the pressure already getting exerted here from Young and Beautiful. Exarath is going to march forward, play in the front line. Zenyatta with the Reinhardt is going to net himself a couple of kills. However, something you don't see every day, a total mayhem kill onto the Mercy as she was trying to flee. Gustav sent in shame all the way back to spawn, but a very quick cap from Young and Beautiful. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to the time back.
At least Obling got one, but now he's going to be moving away from a Junkrat. Said he wants to go on the Hanzo and lay down some extra damage. KSP is going to be ready to meet him in the field. It will be double sniper going up against double sniper. But with Colsty and Tech having to change their tank line to match that of Ben Best and Danny, they've had to reset their ultimate bank. Self-destruct and supercharger. The progress towards those has been reset, and now Tech36 is going to be significantly behind Danny in terms of how quickly we're going to get this Graviton Surge to combo with a Dragon Strike.
Well, it seems like the ideal situation is exactly that, actually, as Tri-Spear does get taken out with a Flame Strike, forcing the res on from Insomniac, but it's to waylay these ultimates. Ben Best can shatter first, and then they can roll it into a Graviton Surge in the preceding fight because of those ultimate resets. Mouse, however, is going to deal with Track as he was near those dragons. You can see how aggressively they are playing. Colsty couldn't quite get there quick enough, however, as Gustav was able to get off the res.
And KSP is going to claim Mouse, and now it's down to Obling to be the sole DPS here.
Well, they're going to swing through that shield. Ben Best go extremely low also, but Track is going to find himself yet another kill. Graviton Surge coming through fairly early, and the Dragons are going to get damage boosted. They're going to find a couple of kills also, as KSP was on the sidelines. You can see him up and around on the left-hand side, was able to find the headshot onto Tex36, and they are going to still be able to push it here. Bazooka Puppies, they got one slim chance now to actually touch that cart before it is delivered.
The long flank from a big boy, but Insomniac's going to be ready to bring up the Valkyrie for next fight. He's going to be incredibly worried about being taken out in one shot by these snipers while it's active, but hopefully he'll be able to keep his team well healed here. But they're going to delay on that engagement for now. They've allowed the payload to reach the third and final point, and look at the time bank available here for Young and Beautiful. Jaws,
it reset
5 minutes and 30 seconds.
All the way back to 5 minutes and 35 minutes and 40 seconds. And now Track looking for another engagement. Opening going very low. You're going to have to be rather careful there, buddy. Tech36 hasn't got his ultimate just yet, and he won't claim it anytime soon as he does end up going down. Lucky Resurrection coming through from an Insomniac, but Track already taking over this fight. Ben Best is going to fall to Tech36, and you can see Colsty now moving up because that Transcendence has been popped, trying to gain a little bit of positioning. Opening goes for the 1v1 onto Track, deciding to forgo it for the time. However, KSP had his back, and he does take the head clean off Obling. Insomniac is going to go down as well. And now look, Young and Beautiful have all this space to work with.
KSP may have said get down Mr. Shimada, but then he took out everyone else as well, himself and Track combining for a huge amount of kills there. And it feels like Tech and Colsty right now are a little bit out of sorts, or out of sync. They're not able to protect each other as well as I'd like, but Bazooka Puppiez, they do have this combo ready to go.
Well, Danny trying to be a smooth operator, trying to get that grab online, 90% and counting. There is the Dragons being damage boosted. Obling is going to make clean work of Ben Best, and Danny is going to be halting the push for the time being, finding himself a triple kill. It's always going to happen. There's nothing much you can really do against those damage boosted Dragons. However, saving your Transcendence for later on in the fights is normally what they want to do.
Well, Track's not going to be saving this at all. I think he's going to be throwing out that Dragon and then swapping over to another hero. Miles is going to punish him somehow. Okay. Right. Oh, he's not actually swapping. Okay, that was a very opportunistic Dragon Strike. I guess he just wanted to throw that one out for 3. That was my gift to you, Bazooka Puppies, from downtown. And now Danny can't combo with it. So was that a fat finger, Jaws?
Possibly. There's no way he's going to build up one quickly unless he keeps doing things like that. Already has 30%, and now, again, they can't really combo with anything here to just end the map straight up. Obling is going to get resurrected, and Track's now being forced on the high ground. Colsty, recognizing that he is the main threat in this composition, is going to make sure he's not on the high ground. KSP, 1, 2, 3, already taken the hits off 3 members. Colsty's going to go down. KSP, the brand new puppy on this roster, is already showing what he's made of.
Learn to count with KSP, 1, 2, 3, that's how many headshots, and now Young and Beautiful easily going to be claiming a full completion of King's Row.
A brand new flower is what I was supposed to say, not a brand new puppy. KSP moving over.
An old puppy, now a flower.
An old puppy, yeah.
A young and beautiful puppy.
Smiling flower. KSP, 1, 2. How did he even hit that shot around the Winston corpse as well?
Curve the bullets, man.
It's like he's playing a game of Wanted. Don't play that game, it's very bad. It's on the PS2. The film is also quite terrible.
How's someone going to play a PS2 game? Going to talk to a time traveler?
PS2s aren't that old.
I don't know.
I still have one.
Can you get one from like pre-owned game shops?
Probably. Yeah. But they're not... It's not like it's 2050. They're not retro just yet.
Did Blizzard make any games for PS2, do you think?
They made StarCraft for PS1.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So there you go. Oh. There's your tidbit of Blizzard game knowledge for you.
Today we learned, Stream. Today we learned.
That is 7 years working in the game store for you. Young and Beautiful now are going to be working on the streets as they are going to be on the defense. Bazooka Puppiez on the offense this time. However, you got to say, Young and Beautiful just going to roll with this. Double sniper seems to be their bread and butter. KSP especially already showing he can click a couple of heads and perform exceptionally well. One of the best Widowmakers in the league, you've got to say. A lot of players had a lot of hype around this guy. I spoke to people like Chow and said, you know, who is quite a scary player coming into Contenders Season 2. And he said, you know, KSP is pretty terrifying sometimes. When he's on that Widowmaker, when he's on a streak, nothing stops him.
A couple of players having nightmares about him, that's just for certain, but something I'm sure is going to be a vivid image in many players' minds is the Tri-Spear Hog. We've seen this come out a few times. It's pretty impressive as far as I can remember. We'll have to see if he's going to make it work here on the solo healer offense. So Bazooka Puppiez are probably going to be proffering for us behind Colsty with this Orisa. Colsty's Orisa left a lot to be desired on the defense. It was overran rather quickly and didn't get any time on the point to try and keep that in contestation. But here, he's going to have 2 tanks to him, but only a solo healer.
I'm sorry. It was on the N64, not the PS1, just to correct.
N64?
It was on the N64. StarCraft N64. We're not playing that right now. We are playing Overwatch, of course. I just wanted to correct myself. Now, Mal's trying to get
you checked your notebook before that. Is that written somewhere in there?
Just at the front, yeah. You've got to remember, StarCraft was made on the N64. Track is going to find 2 kills. Okay, that's a good way to start off a defense. He's already got 40% on the ult, too. Ben Best, I love how he's playing aggressively here. He knows he's against an Orisa, can walk up to that shield and punish her if she puts it a little too far up.
Yeah, making sure that he isn't using too much of his own shield without making Colsty suffer. And Colsty's already taken a headshot, falling low. Question is, was there enough healing here? It's only Insomniac desperately pushing away with that M1.
Well, we are on triple tank, obviously, with the solo heal and the double sniper, so not a lot of healing to bear. Tri-Spear's going to have to do a lot of work there. Cancel Shatter coming through from Tri-Spear, fantastic. Ben Best, that's his second Shatter cancel this game. Tri-Spear now moving forward, however, Danny and Track just waylaying that push as KSP is set up on the high ground. This is the problem, they can't dislodge him. If he's receiving protection from his tanks, he's going to be clicking ahead a whole lot easier, and especially Orisa's, who is rather large.
Well, Colsty's going to need to protect himself, suffering a headshot already. Now Insomniac's pressure is going to be put only upon himself. Track and KSP are dismantling Bazooka Puppiez as they move forward, though, and it may well be back to the drawing board.
Well, we question, maybe are they going to run tanks? Why would you need to when you have 2 snipers with this caliber? Track doing a stupendous job. I just can't put into words how many arrows he's actually hit. Got a Dragon Strike. Danny's got that Supercharge as well. Sorry, that Graviton Surge as well. I was going to say Supercharger, but Bazooka Puppiez swapping up and actually going full dive this time. Got the Genji on the field.
Yeah, going to be looking to try and move forward and deny any space from KSP, but of course they've got to be mindful of those movement cooldowns that can make sure that KSP is a little bit more evasive once they move on to him. Laying down that Venom Mine's going to know if people come towards him.
There's the Graviton Surge mixed with that Dragon Strike, I believe it was. Didn't quite hear the voice line, but Tech36 showing his Diva prowess and actually eating that Graviton Surge. Okay, another good way to start for the offense. However, everybody going low once more. Apparently 2 healers aren't enough. Definitely not when they are dead. That'll be Track cleaning up another couple of kills. Mount's doing a good job of just buying a little bit more time here, taking out Danny. Remember, forward spawns here for the offense. They're going to be able to re-engage rather fast.
Also, heavy investment there from Young and Beautiful. Colsty desperately trying to get away, but 75 HP from a health pack will not sustain him for long against the attentions of Young and Beautiful. Bazooka Puppiez, though, still moving forward. We know them to be scrappy. They haven't got a clean disengagement here and instead going for a resurrection.
That was very close. Insomniac had a Discord orb on him as he was looked down in the sights of KSP. KSP not finding a kill just yet, but Track is definitely going to find one of those. Obling building up to this bait rather quickly, and actually that Forced Transcendence might just do it for him. Ben Best has another Shatter on this defense, so he might be able to just lay it down, stop Obling going for one of these massive plays. It looks like Obling's just going to try and get out, at least for now. He's going to get tagged on the way out. However, Insomniac is there for the heals.
Track there with a couple of punishes on the retreating players, and Bazooka Puppiez, what was once a very healthy 4-minute time bank, has now just been reduced to 1. You heard Athena, the announcer there, tell you Bazooka Puppiez are up against the clock right now as Young and Beautiful want to try and draw this one out to 1-1.
Mouse is already dead, and actually Tech36 got demeched via a Flame Strike, and Exarath was able to punish that move, but look how far they're up into the spawn now. Ben Best moving so far up is not going to mind at all, because you know he has KSP in his back, who takes Mouse out yet again.
KSP is flexing on kids right now, and no one can really touch him apart from Tri-Spear. But the second he peeks to try and let loose that volley, the body shot's there. Don't peek it.
Oh.
Tri-Spear, don't test KSP.
Do not do it. This boy is on fire, most literally and figuratively. Obling's going to go in with the blade. He's going to target the Hanzo. His fellow Shimada brother is going to go down, but Colsty is going to actually secure into Exarath. Big self-destruct from Tech36, once again showing his diva prowess, but is it going to be enough? A Transcendence is going to be unleashed here for the side of Bazooka Puppiez, and another headshot from KSP. However, they are still capping the point. Forward spawns for Bazooka Puppiez. Overtime is there, but no re-engagement just yet.
Insomniac there was protected during the res. It doesn't look like no one's going to be moving forward to try and contest this point. So 2 minutes and 30 will be added to the clock of the Bazooka Puppiez. They were up against the wall, and Obling managed to bring out both the Earth Shatter and the Graviton Surge in return for his Dragon Blade.
Ben Best was allowed free access to the backline there as Colsty had used his jump already. Mouse does punish him with a couple of pulse pistol shots in the back, but Insomniac once again just left open and free. No one protecting him at all, and he ends up going down too, halting this push from Bazooka Puppiez. Car is slowly moving around this corner, but once again, Young and Beautiful love playing up Hurricane style. 75% of the map is theirs.
Well, now they're going to have to give some up because Bazooka Puppiez are coming in with a huge amount of health. Obling's going to be ready to come in with that Zayiv that we praised before, and thus far, it's been a little bit less prominent than I would have liked.
Well, there is the Dragon Strike corralling everybody once more into this small corner. Track don't need no ult. He finds 4 kills. Exarath popping that Transcendence fairly early, maybe expecting some oncoming fire from the Puppies, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, Trackers filling the kill feed with red.
And once again, Bazooka Puppiez is going to be feeling the pressure, sweating under their collars. 1 minute and 30 remain here. And they've barely moved the payload at all. It's moving back through the archway at the moment. They're going to try and move in through high ground, but they've all been discovered by that Sonic Arrow, so no surprises here for Young and Beautiful. Ben Best going to be ready to greet them with that Earth Shatter. Well,
they're jumping on the 3-3, decided this time is of essence, and enough is enough. They need to move forward rather rapidly, and 3-3 is going to do that for them. This GOATS comp just being so effective for most teams right now, especially in the streets phase in London. There is the Guardian Angel, or Valkyrie, sorry, coming out from Gustav to keep everybody alive. This oncoming onslaught from Colsty is going to be rather hard to deal with.
He's trying to recharge his shield here, but he's forced to put it up. Ben Best moving forward and lays down the hammer.
The shatter, it does land on Obling. He was isolated as well. A nice ping coming through from Ben Best is going to end Insomniac, and Danny now, even with that Graviton Surge. 45 seconds now remain for the Puppies to push through these streets. Carshore Mine back to not a round ago, and we saw Young and Beautiful cap point after point without much contention.
There could be a recurring theme of a missed comm here and there in Bazooka Puppiez between Colsty and Isaiah, because it seems twice now that even when Tech36 or Obling are playing it, they're getting caught out away from Colsty when Colsty makes a retreat to try and block an Earth Shatter.
Young and Beautiful have all the tills they really need. The Graviton Surge and those Dragons, they're going to have to get boosted though as the Transcendence is there. Not quite. KSP has jumped over to this Junkrat, is going to be able to find 1 kill, and a massive, massive shatter is going to find 3 people. As Self-Destruct is going to find Danny, but Ben Best, determined to make this map last even a little bit longer, is going to cause overtime, and he is chasing 2 tanks around the corner. He ends up trying to find 1, but Colsty receives a particle barrier from his Zaya to keep alive. Tech36 still on the Diva, is going to get destroyed no matter the Coalescence healing. Danny now on the retreat as the rest of Bazooka Puppies are pushing the carts.
Great peeling there for Exarath. Danny's trying to hold it himself, but he's only a Zarya with a Mercy at his back. They need their Reinhardt back right now to try and contest this before it moves into second point, but it looks like no one's going to be there. Bazooka Puppies may well get that grace 1 minute and 30 seconds to try and finish this one out, but I think it's going to be an overtime job here, Jules. And we're going to have to see what they can do. Obling. He does have a Graviton Surge, but what are they going to combine with it? Maybe Tech36 can build himself up towards that ultimate rather quick. We'll have a look at what charge he has on that mech. Doesn't look like it's going to be an easy job. It's going to be more of a Colsty swing in.
There's the Graviton Surge. Danny, KSP, Ben Best, and now Track caught in it. He stepped a little bit too far to the left and got dragged, sucked down from the high ground and ends up falling. KSP finds another total Mayhem kill, but it's Mayhem now for Young and Beautiful. A complete team wipe, and Bazooka Puppies still have ults to work with.
Now that's what I call value, Jaws. Obling laying down the Graviton Surge, and that's all that they require for that fight, but now Young and Beautiful can move in. They have the Transcendence, they almost have the Graviton, they have a Riptide that's coming out right now.
Riptide from KSP is coming out the left-hand door, and that will be a lot of damage if he can actually land it. That Sound Barrier is going to keep them alive for the time being. That Shatter hits the ground for Bazooka Puppies, but they don't quite find anything. Ben Best certainly does though, as he finds 3 people. KSP is going to find the first initial kill onto Mouse, and he's just going to follow up with a couple more. Ben Best with the perfect Shatter to end the round, potentially. Still 25 seconds remain. Young and Beautiful Beautiful, they're still holding fast. They have combo available.
You can see that Young and Beautiful are very trepidatious about moving away from this cart. They're always leaving one person on there, so there's no back cap potential here. But Young and Beautiful are ready to meet the Bazooka Puppiez when they come knocking with our most famous combination. The Graviton Surge, the Dragon Strike. Bazooka Puppiez don't have anything to defend themselves. It's all about Tech 36 trying to eat this one.
No C9 for them. There's Track with the damage boost. He finds one, but KSP and Danny are going to secure all of them right from underneath his feet. Every single portrait is dead on the ground. The self-destruct just to follow up. Young and Beautiful end up taking King's Row.
Well, at least Bazooka Puppiez died together. And Young and Beautiful there, great use of their ultimates to try and stagger that one out. Only use as much as they needed to. Ben Best laying down their Earth Shadow really finished off that fight for them. And it seems a Riptire, while it was mitigated by a well-timed sound barrier, made the Bazooka Puppiez just a little bit too nervous to move forward and take advantage of the momentum that they had secured.
You could see in that fight, as soon as that sound barrier was used, in fact, the tire did throw off Colsty just a little bit and allow Ben Best to get a big shadow. As soon as that shield's not there, you bet Ben Best has got his finger over that Q key. We're going to jump straight to the analysts, though. They're going to break down those two maps a little bit more.